What's good, family? It's Mike back with another video, man, and I wanted to make this video to talk about stop losses and the appropriate way to actually place a stop loss. This is kind of like a beginner's thing a little bit, but at the same time, you definitely need to know where to put a stop loss so you don't get stopped out randomly. And then on top of that, with being able to understand that, you're going to actually see if your full analysis is correct, because if not, you'll get stopped out early with a lot of other people who have tight stops, who don't know where to place them, and then all of a sudden you'll get angry, get mad. We know how that goes, okay? Before we get into the good stuff, you guys already know what to do. Make sure you please comment, like, and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell to become a part of my notification game to know when I post new videos. Great content every single week. Hopefully this one helps you guys. Once again, thank you for everybody who has been watching my videos from the very beginning when I started at 0. I always have to thank you guys, man, because you don't know, like, just to get monetized and everything, it really means a lot to me, honestly. Thank you guys, love you guys, and let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so we are on 80 USD right now, and we're just using this as a quick example. I want to show you guys this. This is an easy example to do it with, okay? So we are on the 4-hour chart, and I know I always talk about structure with you guys and how important it is, but I mean, with structure and everything, I'm going to show you guys why it's so important. Like, you really need to know structure. When I say structures, especially any beginners that are watching, when price is in an uptrend and is making a series of higher highs and higher lows, you need to know that, because it's going to help you understand where you need to get into the market. If the price is going in a downtrend, and it's making a series of lower lows and lower highs, you need to know that, because you need to know where to get into the market. And what I'm going to show you is how you can place your stop loss off of those structures, okay? So right here, let's do it this way. Okay, so long term right now, we can look at this and we can tell price, is in downtrend. That's easy to understand, right? Easy to understand. Price is in downtrend in this particular example. So what we want to do is we want to find areas of price action. Now, I'm not going to go line up everything on here, but I'm going to just take an example for you guys so you guys can kind of see what I mean. So price, oops, can I take that off? I'm going to draw this, take this from here, from body to like that wick, and you can see price came down to this point, it went up, it came down, it went up, it came down, and this is kind of like a retest, right? But in this instance, in this little area right here, it was like lower low, lower high, new lower low area, which is kind of like right here. I'm just gonna mark it for you guys. And then it went back, and price came back and made a lower high at this area, right? So this is where you want to understand. So the previous lower high was back in this area, correct? Previous lower high was back in this area. And now we got a new area right here. So now, with you being able to understand this, if you were to get in at this particular area, price would have to break this level that was created, and price would have to break through this level, okay? Because this is that new resistance that was created. This is that previous resistance. So what I like to do is, I would like to take these positions, and for our beginners, the long position is where you would line it up for the buy. Red is your stop loss. Blue is your, take profit area. It might be generic green and red if you first use this tool, but I just want to use it as an example. And the short position, it looks like this. Red is at the top, blue is at the bottom. Or red would be at the top, green would be at the bottom. Okay, very simple. Don't get that complicated. So we're gonna take the red. We're gonna take the short position in this example, and I'm going to place it right here, okay? And I'm not going to get real technical with the candlesticks and everything. I'm not going to take too long to explain. But after you would have got in somewhere around this area, let's say you got in off of this second candle. And this is just for example purposes, okay? Just for example purposes. And you want to place your stop loss above this area right here in the middle. So you want to place it at least a couple of inches away from the last wick around this resistance area, or you can place it, if you want to get a lot safer, you can place it above this area or above the last wick. This wick, or I'd say somewhere like here if you wanted to, above this wick. Is your personal preference. If you want to be safe, put it right there, and then you have to have your projection towards going down. Oh shoot, going down to the downside over here. Okay. That's how you want to place it. You're placing it behind previous structure. Okay, that's all you are doing when you are using your stop losses. So people kind of get this confused because where people have trouble sometimes is they'll enter in, and the second price starts to move against them. Let's say price starts going back in this direction, and it's all near your stop loss area, and then finally it decides to go in your direction, right? I'm gonna make this black so you guys can see it. So you have to remember, when you place your stop loss, you chose this risk. Like, you chose it. That's what you wanted to do. So that means no matter what price does, until it hits that stop loss, that amount that you were risking in general, you are fine. Just leave it alone. Okay? Now, when you get bigger into candlestick analysis and really understanding the flow of the market and structure in general, if you really understand, you know, price is not ready to sell yet, you know what I'm saying, or price is not ready to buy yet, then some people may, you know, take out you know, their loss earlier before it hits their stop loss. But when you put that stop loss, that means you are saying, I choose this risk, and whatever price does, even if I go through a few pips of drawdown in this area, it's still okay, because I know my overall projection and I understand what I believe price is going to do. You have to remember that. It's the same thing when you're buying into the market as well. And this is not a long-term uptrend, what we just identified in the beginning of the video. But let's say, for instance, even with counter trends, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna mark this area right here, okay? So let's do it this way. Whenever I can just highlight, can I highlight it? Okay, let me do it this way. Come here, right here. I'm going to just down real quick, and we are going to make this yellow real quick, okay? Alright, now let's go down to the hour one chart. Now, this was a counter trend. Okay, this was a counter trend. And for those of you who, you know what I'm saying, okay, well, you're saying, Mike, well, I wanna catch the long-term trend, but at the same time, how can I catch the counter trends as well? And where do I place my stop loss if market is, you know, going in another direction for a little bit? Well, it's the same sort of dilemma. So you want to scale down the time frames, and as you can see, if I go down to even 30-minute, let's go down, scale down some more. You want to see, like, after this would have closed like this, and this would have formed like this and closed. Now, automatically, I want to understand if price is going to hold this level. That's going to be primary for me. Is price going to hold this level? So it came up, and then it came down, and right here we had a strong a strong bullish formation right here. I believe that's the tweezer top, and then price continues to go in the other direction. So after I would have saw this as well, I would have probably got in. Or if you would have waited, you wanted to wait for a third test, you know, price did come down over here and we got another bullish engulfing. But you can see the clues that's going on. Like, that long wick was a clue. This long wick was a clue. These wicks were a clue that buyers are coming into the market. These wicks were a clue. So buyers were kind of coming in, and we could tell that the counter trend was going on. So what I would have done is taken a long position, and then you want to get into the market. Let's say you would have got in on this red candle, okay, when it was up here. You would have went in a little bit of drawdown, and then you would have placed your stop loss a few inches away from previous structure, which previous structure was right here. It's really that simple, guys. It really is that simple. And then you could have had your excuse me, gotta go back to the area. You could have had your take profit, you know, right where you want it, depending on what you thought price was going to do. You could have had it right here at the previous area of structure, or you could have had it up higher than that. It's really your personal preference on that point. Remember, you know, the counter trend, it's not going to be that long, but you can still be able to catch it or whatever. Even if you wanted to draw a trend line from this area, but we're not going to go and get into this area or get into all of that, but you can just kind of tell, like, being able to scale down the time frames, go on the lower time frames and monitor the risk, or try and get the risk that you want, is going to help you. And you see that this was previous structure, so we would have placed it below that area. So hopefully this helps you guys. That was for the buy. And remember, people, the other one was for the sell. A few pips in drawdown right here. That was about like 20 pips, give or take, and it finally went in our direction. That is it of this video, man. If you liked it, man, just drop that like, comment for anything else you guys want to see, man. Please comment, because it does help me to understand like where I want to go and the direction I want to take next for you guys, to get out the best help possible. I know a lot of you guys DM me on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, or if you would like to, you know, check it out, I'll leave it here on the screen as well, and you can follow me on the gram and everything. But other than that, that is it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much. Subscribe, turn on that notification bell to know when I post a new one. More videos to come, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Peace.